Andre Caldwell. He is the newest member on the Florida side into the Florida-Georgia Game Hall of Fame. I just like to say Bubba. Bubba, welcome. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate it. It's not like this is the end of the road or anything like that, but getting recognized for an individual game as a great player in the Florida Orange and Blue, how does that feel?
Oh, man, that's unreal, man. It's amazing just to know the history, the tradition, some of the great athletes that was a part of this game and this legacy. So just to be in that group of guys and to be valued in that aspect, it's beautiful. I'm so blessed to be here, and I'm just very thankful.
Bubba, you were part of a unique 2-year span in this rivalry in 2007 when they got you guys and they got on the field and they were celebrating after the first TD, and then the next year when you guys annihilated Georgia and you did the old timeout thing with Urban Meyer. Those two different games as a player, going through those two highs and lows. What's that like?
I wasn't actually here on the
08.
The 08.
The 08?
My senior year, they rushed the field on us. No, they rushed the field on us.
They rushed the field your senior year. Okay,
I remember that.
Okay.
That was a stab. I remember that. I remember them clearing the field. Urban Meyer gathered us together and said, we got to bring this home. He said a lot of other stuff that I can't say on air that I'm sure y'all probably y'all understand what he was talking about. But they still managed to beat us, so that hurt us bad. That was a dagger in the back when they rushed the field on us. But,
But you were also part of two very different eras. You're obviously recruited by Ron Zook and company, and then you finish your career with Urban and the gang in Gainesville. For you, having the college experience you did, having to go through a coaching change, what was that like, and what was it like to play in that era of Florida Gator football?
It was tough, but it was good to me. I know I had fell in love with Ron Zook and what he had brought to the program. That's why I was part of this program and committed to him to come here. But I also believed in what Urban Meyer was preaching and the mentality and the attitude that he brought to the team. And I think that helped transform us to a national championship program out of two out of his 5-6 years. So I loved it. Like I tell a lot of people, when Urban Meyer came in, his whole program and staff, they turned me from a kid to a man. I learned the game, got better on and off the field.
Yeah, you can go from your freshman year. We're talking with Andre Caldwell, Bubba Caldwell, his brother Rashay also played there. When you think you had less than 20 catches as a freshman, and then you developed and emerged into a go-to threat. So give us an idea of that maturation, that growing up.
Oh, that was. I wanted to come here. I would like to say that I was a top receiver coming out. I thought I could come in day one and was going to be the starter and have 60 catches. But SEC is tough. Playing teams like Georgia, man, it's hard to go out there and get 60 catches freshman year. So I just put in the work. That made me hungry. That let me know I can't just depend on my natural ability. I got to put time in the weight room. I got to put time in the training room. And I just got to understand the game better. So I just went to work, grinded hard, and it just got better and better and got more opportunity. And I was just thankful to have them.
So your 06 defense, when you did win a national championship,
yeah.
That defense, really, really good, shut down Ohio State in the national championship game. When you see the Georgia defense of last year and this year, are they similar, those two defenses?
Oh, that Georgia defense, I'm not a Georgia fan, obviously, but that defense, I argue with a couple of my buddies, that's a historical defense. Some of the things they did last year, for sure, to have all those first-round players and just shut down all the offenses that they went against. So that's a historical defense. And I know I played with some great defense and some great secondaries that gave me a challenge every day, and they hand-in-hand, and they second to none.
So you're born in Tampa, Andre. You live in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
You're probably the guy to ask as far as Florida, Georgia, what this game means to different parts of the Southeast. And moreover, the fact that it's played here in Jacksonville, kind of in the middle for you, literally in the middle between your hometown and where you live now. If the game was to be moved, what would your reaction be to either the home and home or elsewhere?
I prefer to stay here. I just love the history, tradition. That's what I grew up on. That's what I know. And I think that's unmatched in college football, that split field, half and half, neutral site. I love that atmosphere and the different tone that sets than just playing at each stadium.
Couple more for Bubba Caldwell, newest entry on the Florida side into the Florida-Georgia Game Hall of Fame. Was Georgia the biggest rivalry when you arrived, and was it the biggest when you left, or was it Tennessee?
The biggest, I'm not sure. I know we used to mark. It's 3 games every year we had to win. We started off with Tennessee, got to beat them first. That was always our first game. Georgia was second, and Florida State. Yeah. So we know we won those 3 games. You're going to be in national championship hunt at the time, and you're definitely going to win the SEC. So it wasn't second to none. Like I said, this was the biggest game. Those were one of our top 3 games, and we know this was going to be that neutral middle ground. They're going to be the top-ranked team. and it's going to be a slugfest.
So, but we always talk to Leon. He always says he won so big at both the collegiate level and the NFL. You won a Super Bowl in the NFL. He always says he looks back on his college years when people ask him about football. Was that more of a big deal for you than the NFL? What do you look back on most fondly?
College that's the best time. That's the most exciting time for my life. College football, the atmosphere, just the fan and the love for the team. And just as you're just maturing, you're not in the real world really. You're just a student out here enjoying football, playing every week, competing, and that's my roots. That's why I feel like I'm a Gator for life. NFL, you bounce from different teams, but this alumni, the university usually, that's who you are for life.
Yeah.
So while we have you sitting here, I should probably ask, so you played with the Bengals, the Broncos, the Lions. Of any of those three, who do you identify with as this was your NFL team?
I'm a Bronco. I'm grateful for the Bengals giving me they're the first team that believed in me and gave me an opportunity, but I felt at home in Denver when I came there, the culture, it was similar to what I was used to in Gainesville. So that culture, that leadership, having a guy like Peyton Manning and Champ Bailey and playing with those that was that SEC for me. And that felt home, and I won Super Bowl, so can't help but call it home.
So Bronco for life. So then we got to ask, because the hometown
Broncos,
Jaguars are playing the Broncos in London on Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you still follow the Broncos? Can you give us a scouting report for the Jags out there?
I follow Broncos. The Broncos they're struggling right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not an avid fan of them. I'm going with Jaguars.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
He's in Duval right now. He knows
I'm
what's
in
up.
Duval. I know what to do.
All right, so before you tell us what you're doing in Atlanta, you're in film and in production, which is cool. The catch. Everybody wants to know, against Tennessee, how long the ball stood in the belly, all that kind of stuff. Everyone talks about it every single year. Give us Bubba Caldwell's take on the catch.
I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about the catch. It wasn't a catch. It's just not a catch. That's just what it is. If I'm Andre outside of not representing the game, I think it wasn't a catch.
And if you go back and you think of the penalty that was thrown, too, remember how crazy that was?
Yeah.
That was another big moment in that rivalry, and we have seen a couple of those, and that was one when a referee was standing still, easily could have seen what could have happened. That shouldn't have been a flag. Right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, you definitely right.
Well, listen, tell everybody what you're doing. Gator fans are interested. You're up in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. I do film and TV, make a lot of sports content, documentaries. We're making all kind of movies, TV shows. We done been on BET. We've been on Fox. So we had some good things happening. Keep building my portfolio, making new content, connecting the athletic world, and bringing everybody together and making just good content for people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Listen, continued success. Congratulations on being inducted into the Florida Georgia Game Hall of Fame.
All right, thank you. It was a blessing.
All right, awesome. Bubba
Thank you, Bubba.
Caldwell.
Congrats.